This video is about pointers and references in C++. So now let's start. So pointers you must have studied in C. Okay, pointers are available in C++. So pointers are in C++. The pointers are used in the same manner as in C. Okay, so how do you create a pointer? First of all, you should have a variable. Okay, suppose a is a variable, then you will create a pointer and point this pointer to a. So now what is happening here is you have created a variable a, then you have created a pointer and pointing this variable to a. Suppose the value of a is 10. Now in this line you are changing the value of a. Star pointer means value of a, so you are changing the value of a to 20. Okay, now if you print a, then 20 will be printed. If you print star pointer, then the value of a will be printed, so again 20 will be printed. If you print pointer, then the value of this address will be printed. Whatever is stored inside pointer will be printed. Now inside this pointer address is stored, so here address will be printed. So this is how pointer works. Now please remember that this line you can write in two ways. Okay, when in this line you are declaring a pointer and assigning it. Okay, I can write it using this. First I will only declare the pointer. Here I am only declaring the pointer, and here I am assigning that pointer to a. Okay, so in this line these both steps are done in this single line. These both steps are done in this one line. Okay, and one thing to note is that whenever you are assigning pointer, you will only use pointer. You will not write star here. This will be wrong. Okay, whenever you are assigning the address of a to pointer, here you are writing address of a. So you are assigning address of a to pointer, then you will only write pointer. Okay, you will not write star pointer. So when I am writing this in two line, then this is how you will do. Okay, now next is references. Okay, now let us see what are references. References are a new addition, new feature of C++, and references are only available in C++. They are not available in C. References are an alternative to pointer. You can think of them as alternative to pointer. Instead of pointer you can use references. Okay, so what are references? These are references are another name for a variable. Okay, or you can call it as alias. Alias means another name. For example, so let us see how to create a variable. Okay, let us see how to create a variable and why are references used. For example, I have taken a variable a equals to 10. Now in the last example you have created a variable a, and then you are creating a pointer and pointing it to a. Here what I am doing is I am creating a reference. This is how you will create a reference. This is the name of a reference variable. You can write any name here. You can write b, you can write x, you can write ref, you can write reference, anything. Okay, so this is the name of reference, and a reference will always be prefixed by an and operator. Okay, so if you are writing and here, then it means that you are creating a reference. So I have creating ref is a reference to a. It means that a and ref are the same are two different names for same variable. So there is only one single variable and these are two different names. There will be two different names for one variable. Okay, a and ref. So that is what reference means. So this is how you will create a reference. And now if I'm changing now how do you use the reference? You can use them like normal variable. Okay, like normal variable. So I'm changing the value of changing value of reference to 20. So it means that this value will be changed to 20, and both a and b a and ref are the same name for same are the different name for this variable. So 20 will be printed for those. If you print a, then 20 will be printed. If you print ref, then again 20 will be printed. So output will be 2020. Okay, so this is how you create a reference. And okay, so reference you have understood, it is another name for same variable. Okay, you can imagine it like that. Now how are reference implemented internally? What is the internal implementation of reference? How are they implemented? They are implemented through pointers only. Okay, they are implemented through pointer. They are another feature of C++. So they are implemented through pointer and they are called implicit pointer. Implicit pointer means that they are constant. It means that they are implemented through pointer. How they are implemented through a constant pointer with automatic indirection, with automatic indirection. It means that a reference is a pointer. You can think that I have told you that reference is another name for a variable, but internally reference will be a pointer, and this pointer will be pointing to a. Okay, but now you will always use it as a normal variable. You will not use any star operator. In the last example we have seen that whenever you are using a pointer you need to apply star, but this star is not applied because this is automatically applied by the compiler. So that is why it is called implicit. Implicit means that it is automatically applied by the compiler. You do not have to apply it. Okay, with automatic indirection. So it is a constant pointer. It is a constant pointer with automatic indirection. It means that you cannot change the value of this pointer. Constant pointer means you cannot change value of this, you cannot change this reference. I will explain that later. Okay, so you cannot change this reference. Second thing, you do not need to apply any star. You do not need to apply any star, therefore it is called automatic indirection. Okay, and this is also called as implicit pointer. Implicit pointer, why? Because everything is done automatically. You do not have to write any star. You simply use it reference like any variable. Okay, so now next question is, why do we use reference instead of pointer? Okay, if we already have pointer and reference are implemented through pointer, then why do we need to use reference? Because they are easy to use. Okay, you do not need to write any star operator. A star operator is not needed, so that is why reference are included. Okay, now what are the application of reference? Reference can be used when calling functions by reference. Okay, you have heard about call by reference, call by value, call by value. Okay, so there is a concept called call by reference that we will see later. Now what are the rules for reference? Rules for creating reference. References must be initialized when created. Okay, initialized when created means that whenever you are creating any reference, then you must initialize it. You must pass some you must assign some variable to that reference. So I am assigning a variable to this reference. In this line I am creating a reference and I am assigning a variable to this reference. Okay, so you cannot write it like this, int reference. Okay, here you are only creating a reference, but you are not assigning any variable to this reference, so this will be an error. Okay, with pointer you can do this. With pointer, suppose you are creating a pointer here, and you are assigning the address to assigning this address to this pointer in second step. Okay, so these are the tools you can, in pointer you can use these two steps, but in reference you cannot use these two steps. Okay, so this is not allowed. Here you are creating reference and in next line you are assigning. No, that is not allowed. When creating a reference you have to initialize it. You have to assign some variable to that reference. Okay, second thing is references cannot be null. For example, you can assign pointer equals to null. For a pointer you can assign null value, but for a reference you cannot assign null value. And the next very important thing, it cannot be reassigned. References cannot be reassigned. For example, if I have created a reference for a, then you cannot change this reference to b. Suppose there is another variable b. Now you want that this reference to be reference for this variable. That is not allowed. Okay, once you have created a reference for any variable, it will be permanent. You cannot change, you cannot make this reference to another variable. You cannot write it for another variable. That is not allowed. Okay, so for example, you have created a reference for a variable. Now you cannot change it to c. This is not allowed. This will be wrong. And if you write it like this, then what will happen is it will copy the value of c to a. It will not change, it will not reassign c variable to the reference. It will simply copy value of c to a. It means it is similar to this one. Okay, if you write a equals to c and if you write reference equals to c, then both are same thing, because reference is another name for a variable, right? So you can write this and you can write this, so these both are same. Okay, this will not reassign the reference. This statement will not reassign, it will copy the value of c to reference. Next. Okay, so that's it about reference. References are similar to pointers, and they are another name for variables. Okay, now next thing is, let us see some example of reference and variable. Okay, when suppose I have created a variable a equals to 10. Now I am copying this a variable to another variable b. If I have assigned b 20, then what will be the output? The output will be a is suppose a is 10, and I have created another variable b and copied the value of this 10 to b. Okay, so this 10 copy the value of a to b. Now if I am changing the value of b, okay, I have changed the value of b here. Now what will be the output? The output will be 10 comma 20. Okay, so this is the use of simple variable. Here I have copied a to another variable. Now suppose if I am using pointer, what will happen? Suppose I have created a pointer a, I have created a variable a, and then I am creating a pointer and pointing it to a. Address of a is pointing to this variable. Okay, so this is not a reference. This is not a reference. Reference will always come on left side. Left side. So for example, this is a reference. Okay, this means address. Okay, this means address of a. This is not reference. Reference will come on left side. Now I am writing, I have created a pointer, and this pointer is pointing to a. So pointer is pointing to a. Okay, the value of a is 10. So this step is also done. Now I am changing the value of this pointer to 20. Now whenever I use star pointer, it means that I am changing this value. Okay, now if I print this a, then it will print 20. If I print star pointer, then it will print this value, again 20 will be printed. Okay, if I print only pointer, then what will be printed? Then this value will be printed, the address will be printed. Okay, so now this thing is important, that you are assigning the address of a to this pointer. Okay, now let us see the example of a reference. I have created a variable a. Now let me write it here. I have created a variable a, and I have created a variable a. Now I am creating a reference here. In this line I am creating a reference and assigning this reference to a. So now a and ref will be two different names for same variable, and the value of a is 10. If I am changing ref equals to 20, it means I am changing this variable as 20. Okay, and if I am printing the value of a and ref, then both have same value, so the output will be 20 comma 20. Okay, so this example I can write it another way. I can write any name for this reference. It is not necessary to use ref. I can use any name. For example, I am using b. Okay, so I have created a variable a. So I am creating variable a equals to 10. Now I am creating a reference. This address is address of b is on the left side. This and b is on the left side, and here this and a is on the right side. So here I am using address of a, and here I am creating a reference. Okay, so I am creating a reference and assigning a variable to this reference. It means that a and b will be same. Now I am changing, I am assigning value of b 20 to b. Okay, I am assigning 20 to b, so it means that this value will be changed to t. Now if I print a and b, both a and b are same, so 20 comma 20 will be printed. Okay, so both example, this example and this example are same, except I am using ref word here and I am using b here. So this is just to show you that reference can have any name. It can have ref, it can have b, it can have x. Now next thing is about okay, now let us see an example of call by value, call by address. This is call by value, this is call by address, and this is call by reference. Okay, call by value you already know, we are passing variables. In call by address we are passing pointer, and in call by reference we are passing reference. Okay, so this is only available in C. Call by value and call by address can be done in C and C++, both, but call by reference is only done in C++. Call by reference is not allowed in C. You cannot have any references in C. Okay, so this is a new feature of C++. Now suppose we want to swap two numbers. Okay, so I am creating a function and I am creating this function to swap two numbers. Okay, so when I am using call by value, what I will do, is I will suppose I have created this function swap. There are two parameters, int x, int y. Then I will create temp variable and I will swap it. Okay, inside the main function I am creating two variables a and b. I am passing these variables to this swap function and then I will print. Now this is a simple function, and if you are passing the value a and b, and here you have taken another variable, so you are passing by value, you are calling this function by value because you have passed the value of these variables. Okay, so in this case this is how this is an example of call by value. Now let us see call by address. Call by address means pointer. In this case you will pass the address of a and b. In this case we have seen you are passing address of a and address of b, and you are assigning these address to the pointers. Okay, so I am assigning this address to a pointer and assigning address of b to this pointer b. Okay, now if I make any changes here, then these changes will be permanent. In this case, whenever you are creating whenever you are calling by value, then you are copying this a and b to another variable. Okay, so a and b will be copied to x and y. Now whatever changes you make here, will not be reflected, will not be permanent. Okay, so here the value of a and b will not be swapped, why? Because when you pass a and b by value, then a copy of a is passed, then a copy of a and b is made, and that copy is swapped. Okay, so here the copy of a and b is swapped, therefore when I come back to the main function, the value of a and b will remain same, they will not be swapped. So the output here will be 10, 20. But in this case I am passing the address of a and b. I am not passing copy of a and b, I am passing address of a and b. So whenever you are using pointers, so through the use of pointers you can swap value of a and b. Okay, so you are passing address of a and b, and then using pointer you are swapping, so that a and b will be swapped here. Okay, a and b will be swapped here and output will be 20, 10. Okay, this I think you must already know how to swap two variables by pointer. Next is call by reference. Okay, now let us understand this. When you are calling by reference, you will pass variables. Okay, you are passing a and b, you will not pass address of this a and b, but you are assigning these a and b to references. So you are in the function, you are creating a reference. In the last one you are assigning this to pointers, but here you are assigning a and b to these references, reference a and reference b, and then here you are swapping these references. Okay, so this is wrong. You should write int temp and then reference a equals to reference int temp, and then you will write here you will write int temp and then temp equals to reference a equals to reference b, and reference b equals to temp. So this is what you will write inside this. Now here I am passing variables a and b and assigning these variables to references. Okay, so this is called call by reference. In the function parameter there should be references, and inside this function I am swapping these values using references. Okay, so here the references are passed, here the variables are passed, but they are taken as references. Okay, so here you are using references, so whenever you swap those values they will be swapped. Okay, they will be swapped because you are using references. Okay, so reference a and reference b are actually these variables, these are not a copy of these variables. In the whenever you pass a call by value, a copy of a and b is made, but these reference a and reference b are not a copy of variable, these are these variable itself. So if you are swapping them here, they will be swapped here too. So here the variables will be swapped and output will be 20 comma 10. Okay, so in references also the changes will be permanent. In call by value, the values will not be swapped. In call by address, when you are using pointer, the value will be swapped. In call by reference, the value will be swapped. Okay, so this is the important thing to note, that in call by call by address and call by reference, the value will be swapped. Why value will be swapped? Because here you are using address and then you can swap them. Here using reference, so you can swap them. Okay, second thing is how do you call this function? Okay, there is very two different important difference how you are calling this function in all these three cases, um, and what parameters are you taking inside the function. Okay, so you should understand this, how you are calling the function, this is function call, and how you are taking these are parameters, what parameters are you taking. So in call by value you are passing variables and you are taking parameters as variables, so these are also variables and these are also variables. In call by address you are passing address, always remember these are not references, these are address, you are passing address and you are taking parameters as pointer. Okay, so these address will be passed to these pointers. Okay, so this is the important thing to know. And finally, in call by reference you are passing variables. Okay, you are not passing references, you are passing variables and you are taking them into references. Okay, in the parameters you are passing these variables to references. Okay, so you are here, you will be taking, these are not address, these are references, and these are not references, these are address. These are not references, these are address, and these are not address, these are references. Okay, so let us see a quick summary in this how you are calling the function in call by value, in call by address, and in call by reference. Whenever you are calling the function, you will pass variable. In call by value you will pass variable and parameter will take variable. Okay, I am talking about this thing, you are passing variable and parameter you will take variable in call by value. Okay, so you are calling in, you are passing variable and you are taking parameter as variable. In call by address you are passing address and that address will be taken to a pointer. In call by reference you are passing variable and that variable will be taken to a reference. Okay, so that's it, these are the three ways to swap two numbers, and that's it. Okay.